Hey everybody, what's going on? Today we've got another product review coming at you. But first, a cold start because everybody but me must like a cold start. Here we go. Alrighty, we are back, and like I said, we've got a product review today, and those are going to be some new headlights here for good old Truck Norris, the F-350. We've got a bunch of other reviews, some how-tos. Check out that link up here. If you want to see some of our actual work on cars, go over here. Like I said, we've got some new headlights to put here in the truck. Emily and the team over at YITAMOTOR reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to demo a set of these enclosures on your channel? And I said, sure. And that timing really couldn't be any better. These are the factory lenses that came with the truck, and they are definitely spidered pretty much all throughout the lens. No actual cracking all the way through, but they are very spidered and thus are not projecting out the light as good as it could be, both passenger and driver side. But let's take a look in the box and see what they sent. Now, I did open this up just to make sure upon arrival it was not damaged in shipping or anything. And we've got a box of foam. There we go. You're seeing what I'm seeing here. And nice, you know, definitely not cracked, not spidered, not hazed over, nice crystal clear. When I'm looking at them, the construction of these, it looks pretty solid. We've got all our mounting for our different lights. But yeah, these this plastic feels solid. There's just a hair bit of give in it, so it's not like some cheap hard plastic. I think these retail for, I don't know, somewhere $140, $150 or so. But let's go ahead and see what we've got to do to get the old ones off. Hopefully you can see everything a little better here. We've been trying to go through and add some better lighting in our workspace here in the garage. We've got some of my old portrait lighting from when I used to do photography, giant 10,000 lumen LED lights from the Menards store. We got one of those giant fan looking things down there just to try and brighten it up a little bit in here. So I can see a little better and you can see a little better. So hopefully that's working. Alrighty, here's our light here, pretty easy. We've got 4 bolts. Depending if you're liking the standard or metric, this is a 5.5 mil socket or 7/32. Both seem to work just fine. Now these two down here are a little tougher to get at. The last one here is going to be a little difficult to get to, so you can either reach through there with your hands if they're small enough. You can reach underneath the front bumper, or you can use one of these little guys. Ha, super handy. Now our next step here is to remove the fixture, wiggle it loose. There we go. You just undo your wiring. Bulbs come out. Now, These here are the Glowtech LEDs that I installed a couple of years ago. Actually, one of my first videos I did, so if you want to go check out those, and I suggest you do, go ahead and click on that card above you. All right, let's look a little side-by-side comparison here. Hopefully you'll be able to see in the camera the difference here. I sure can in person. I think you probably can. Right off the bat, this is perfectly transparent. I can't even tell if there's a lens there. You know, plastic feels the same, doesn't feel cheap, doesn't feel thin and flimsy. Yeah, we've got our marker up here for our high and low beams, parking light, and then side marker over here, same as on the factory. I looked at a bunch of other ones actually over the last year or so because I knew these were going to have to be replaced sooner or later. And you know, a lot of the options I found, I could have gotten the halos, I could have gotten the smoke, but I just didn't find anything that didn't scream cheap unless I wanted to pay about $600 for it. So, you know, granted now the pickup here has pretty much been relegated to pulling the trailer around in the camper, so it's not a daily use vehicle. I still want to make sure if I'm putting something on here, it's you know, quality parts. So I do believe, first impression here, that's what I've got. So let's go ahead and slide this new fixture back in, hook our lights back up, and check it out. You know, one thing I noticed, they even sent new metal clips if I needed them for down here. I don't need them. I'm going to keep these on here, so I'm going to take these off for a rainy day. Let's go ahead and get our bulbs hooked back in. Everything goes back in with a quarter twist. Pretty easy. We can slide everybody back in place. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and start these guys up on top. See if we can grab our little thingamadinger here. Start the ones in the bottom. And it's really as easy as that. We'll go ahead and take this protective film off. Of course, now that I've pinched some of it behind the fender, I guess I'll have to get that off. All right, now, clear as day. We have this versus that. Let me go ahead and flip these on quick. All right, of course, it's bright as day in here, but let's go over to the new one. If you look at it from the side, at least I can definitely tell, clear as a bell. The light is very clear and bright. And if you go over to the driver's side, you can definitely tell it is hazy and spidered. You can definitely see all the, almost looks fogged and almost blurry and opaque. But you go over here, you can clearly see all the way through into the lens themselves. Where you can't really do that here with all this spidering. So I'm going to quick go ahead, swap out the one on the driver's side, and we'll come back to see how it looks. All right, and just like that, they are both installed. Probably took me, I don't know, 5 to 7 minutes to do the driver's side. Didn't have to deal with filming or anything else like that. It was just easy out, easy in. The one thing you want to be aware of is that you do have some adjustment screws here. So you will want to go out and aim these things once it's dark out, and make sure they are aligned properly, because it doesn't help to have good headlights if they're not pointed in the right direction. Especially with a taller pickup and LED headlights, the last thing you want to be is a nuisance to everybody driving small cars. But otherwise, we should be ready to go for our summer travels now. Alrighty, and we should be good to go. Now, if you followed along last year, we did a whole bunch of work on the truck. We got new tires, all 6 tires on there, new rear bearings in the axle, new, what are those called? Why can't I think of them? U-joints, that's it, yeah. U-joints, dog bones, whatever. New brakes all around, new calipers all around, new rotors all around, new seals for the front and rear diff. Didn't quite get those in yet, but we at least changed the fluid because timing got the best of us. So hopefully, this year we won't have any more problems. We also replaced last year the intercooler and the charge pipe. Yeah, those happened on vacations with the camper. That's wonderful. Anyways, to our topic at hand, these new fixtures from YITA should hopefully be really great for me. Again, they feel solid. They're not flimsy, they're not cheap. They fit in perfectly. All my existing lamps fit in, and fitment along the panels here looks just great. And again, let's just flip the lights back on here. Yeah. All right, I flipped off some of the lights here. Sorry for the beeping, but here's the low beams. And there's the high beams. Quite a difference. Alright, so the fixtures are in, lights are in, everything works as it should, fitment is great. The parts, they feel good. We'll give it some time. I can't take a 100% review right now. I haven't driven them anywhere yet, but I know I've got a few trips coming up shortly in the dark, so I will make sure and toss out a couple shorts on YouTube. Alrighty, well that's gonna do it. I've got to have a little driving time before I give my my full yay or nay on these things here, but based on what I've found so far, quality in my hands, fit, finish, and ease of installation, look like a good product to go with. Check out the website, link is below. They've got a bunch of other products for Fords and other vehicles too, so maybe they've got something you're looking for. For now, if you haven't hit that subscribe button below, do it now. Leave a comment, like it, share it, do your thing, and we'll see you all in the next video. Take care, bye-bye.